Well, one of the assumptions that we make is stories are an essential part of any type of creative industry. So some students write stories or produce stories or direct stories or buy stories, sell stories, curate stories, and it can be applied to any context. The idea behind it, though, is stories have influence, and we don't get to choose whether they have influence or not. We just are able to make sure that, as far as we're concerned, they are more likely to have positive influence on our society. The class is designed as a very general overview of narrative persuasion, so some students are very interested in the week where we talk about entertainment education, because this is their background and this is what they want to get from this class. Whereas in other cases, people are more interested in weeks where we talk about ways to correct misinformation with stories or emotions with stories. So I would say that it really differs. We use many different case studies, anything from films and podcasts, documentaries, video games, any type of media that has that narrative component to it. And in some cases, it's the persuasive element of the story is very implicit. Like, when we watch Batman, we end up learning so much about crime and inner cities, but also more explicit cases where we focus on documentaries, for example. There are three types of assignments in this class. The ongoing assignment is just participation, and because it's largely a discussion-based course, every week there's a number of students that are the primary leaders of the discussion, and other students just jump in and participate. The second assignment is what I call a media diary, which is basically, for most students, this will be the first time where they actually get to trace their media diet and understand that a large part of what we consume, these are stories. And the question is whether these are stories that are more likely to have a positive influence or a negative influence. And then the final assignment, the term paper, is a group assignment where students work on a podcast episode that targets one specific instance of storytelling, and it can be any type of storytelling. So in previous years, people focused on video games or movies, TV shows, public service announcements even. And using the playbook, they're able to dissect that specific story and produce a summary report that says what is working, what is not working, what could be improved, and so forth.